Hiya, this is Talks with Tiamat because Tiamat likes to talk a lot. So today I thought I would make a video all about the karmic ties of eating meat. Yo, did I just hear you say that eating meat has karma? Yes. When you eat meat, you're eating the flesh of the animal, meaning that you are in part eating their traumas and you're eating their cells which carry their traumas and their genetic codes of everything that they have ever been through in their entire life. Whoa, so does that mean that eating meat is more negative than eating vegetables? Technically, yes, this will have more of a karmic debt for you to have to work and pay off, especially the way that animals are raised and bred in this day and age. If you look at for example, cows that are raised for meat, they are often kept in very cramped conditions and they don't see sunlight very often. Even free range animals are only free range for some of the day. I'm not sure if you realize this, but even grass fed free range animals are not free range all of the time. This is why I went vegetarian, because even free range turkeys are kept in a massive cage just with access to a little, probably about 2 meter square pen to run out in if they get lucky enough to get near the exit that they can actually escape through. And obviously, you know that battery hens are only given the size of an A4 piece of paper to live and breathe and do everything in. Whoa, so even free range animals are battery, basically? In a way, yes. When livestock is bred for mass production, it is not raised in the same way as the traditional methods state. However, there are expectations to this, such as kosher meat and halal meat, which raise their animals and kill their animals in a more ethical way. And there is an argument that slicing something by the neck and allowing it to bleed out isn't humane. However, when you are stunning something with a stun gun, quite often the animal isn't dead, they are just in such a crazy amount of pain that they cannot move and they cannot think straight because they've just had a crazy jolt of pain put into their brain, basically. A lot of animals who will have the taser treatment don't actually die on their first tase or their second tase. Sometimes it will take multiple tases to actually kill them. And I'm pretty sure if you've ever had an electric shock or been stunned, you know what it feels like. It's not like you can't see or feel anything, you're just too shocked to be able to move or do anything about it, which is exactly what it is like when you stun an animal. Oh my gosh, so those poor animals, they have to see everything that's being done to them and they feel everything that's being done to them, but they're too scared to move. Well, I'm starting to see why we get karma for eating meat now, I guess. Yeah, this is the thing. Whatever you put into you becomes you. So if you are putting in dead flesh of an animal that has been raised in traumatic circumstances and had a lot of trauma in their lives, you are going to experience a lot of trauma in your own life and your flesh is going to deteriorate and get older. Whereas if you were putting healthy, fresh, living things into your body, you are more likely to have a healthy, fresh aura. Now, of course, there gets a debate further when you think about vegetables that have been produced en masse. Because, of course, sorry, I just need a sip of tea. When you get food that has been produced on farms, you will quite often get so the labour may not have been fairly paid for, they may have used cheap labour, so people may have been basically working their asses off for mere pennies. Also, they may have chemicals sprayed on them and things like that, and they may be GMO, genetically modified. So the best way to eat food that has no negative karmic ties is to eat food that you have grown yourself, because every time you're doing this, you're growing your own life force and you're eating your own life force. This is very, very, very powerful. You're literally creating a self-sustainable bubble, which karmically speaking is very good, because we don't want to leave imprints on this earth when we go. We don't want to destroy it and take everything with us. That's not the whole point of being human and being a predatory animal. Yes, just because we can kill everything with our hands doesn't mean that we should, because we have the conscious ability to be able to transcend that and to be able to grow our own vegetables and eat our own vegetables. Or if you do want to eat meat, raise our own livestock and kill our young. However, if you think that it is not ethical to kill your own pets, then you should not be eating meat, because you're killing and eating somebody else's pet. You should not be eating something that has just specifically been raised and bred for meat, because if you think about it, that's creating more negative karma. I'll explain why. You have literally birthed an animal, trapped there. Not you have bore them, but you have gotten another animal. You're playing God. You're getting two animals to mate and breed in order to make another animal that is just purely to meet your vices and to meet your needs. That's sick, if you ask me personally. You are literally imprisoning and entrapping an animal or a species to be your slave. And quite often, animals that have been raised for meat don't get the love that family animals get, so that means that you're eating meat that has been treated very poorly. Now, if you spend time with somebody who has murdered somebody or something like that, I'm pretty sure that you will feel the toxic negativity coming from them. People change. I'm not saying that they never change. However, if you spend a lot of time with somebody who has a black aura, you will feel it. You will feel drained and you will feel negative. This is similar to what happens when you eat meat. When you're eating meat, especially that has a karmic tie towards it, you're eating black auras. Basically, you're eating negativity and you're going to put that out there because you are what you eat. So if you're eating things that have had negative things done to them, you're either going to do negative things to other people or not mind so much if people do negative things towards you. And the thing is as a human being, we don't need to eat mass-produced vegetables. We could all survive on a patch of land. Now, we'd be similar to battery hens. However, we could all probably survive on a patch of land that was about the same size as this room. So, I'm not really sure how to show you. I can't flip the camera right now. Uh, the room's probably about 6 foot by 7 foot. Ah, thank you. The older generation are much better with time than, not with time, with measurements than we are. So I personally think we could all survive off of a patch of land that big, perhaps if, I'm not sure if many of you have actually watched, but Dr. Sabi and people like that actually had their own little sustainable communities. Dr. Arislatham as well. When I said people like that, that's who I was thinking of. I just couldn't think of his name. They've got their own little sustainable communities where they've got their own animals to make produce if they eat animals. So they've got chickens to make eggs, and they've got cows to make milk, which cows are very motherly animals, and they're very, very loving animals, and they give their milk freely, which is why we shouldn't eat them. And Hindus also believe this. We shouldn't eat them because they're very, very motherly animals. They love and they have a lot of love and oxytocin to give. And they give that freely to us while they're feeding their young, which is really quite magical. And the way that milk is produced nowadays en masse is not good either, because they either kill the young or they will inject the mothers with hormones that make them lactate even when they have not got young. And so every time you're eating that meat and also chicken, you're eating hormones that they have been pumped full with to make them grow older quicker and to make them produce milk in the cow's circumstances. However, as I was saying, in this kind of patch of land, you could keep one cow or a couple of chickens, and you could have so many vegetable plots. You could have runner beans and potatoes, so you've got your carbohydrates and your B vitamins and your folates. Then you could grow mushrooms, so you could get your protein. You could have peas for your protein as well. Tomatoes for vitamin C, or you could grow lemons for vitamin C, or strawberries, or any kind of berries really. And I'm not even saying that people should give up eating meat, because if you feel happy and confident going out, and if you want to kill wild animals, that's fair enough. If you want to kill your pets, that's fair enough. But if you feel comfortable doing it with just your bare hands, then do it. Good. But if you don't feel like you're able to do that, then the chances are that meat isn't even for you. Your body probably has allergic reactions to it. Unless you are very, very big and you've got strong claw kind of like fingers and you've got strong teeth, the chances are that your body wasn't made to eat meat. So you're going to have a lot of digestive problems and issues when you're trying to eat it and digest it properly, because you weren't ever supposed to have animal fats and animal proteins going through your body. Some people were just meant for foraging, and some people were meant for being hunter gatherers. With that being said, I wasn't expecting this video to be so long, and I am going to end this video now because we're hitting the 10-minute mark. Well, we've hit the 10-minute mark. We're now on 11:11. Well, it was 11:01 actually. Sorry, I'm not very good at reading time because I'm a divine feminine, so I've gone out of the timelines of time. And I don't believe in logic so much. I mean, obviously I believe in logic, but I don't follow logic. I follow my intuition and my creativity and whatever spirit and source tells me to do. I literally will just do whatever spirit and source tell me to do. So yeah. With that being said, see you in my next video, guys. Mwah. This probably isn't going to have my intro at the beginning because I can only add my intro to videos that are 3 minutes long or less, unfortunately, because I haven't yet got a video editing software and I use TikTok to edit my videos. I don't even have a laptop at the moment. I'm doing this all on my phone. But I'm going to, in September, really up my game. I've just been dealing with a lot of things in my life and trying not to get burnt out, trying to make these videos in free time, whatever free time that I have, because I am really dedicated. This is where I want to be doing my whole life. This is where I want to put my creativity into, but I just don't have the time at the moment. So I don't want you to think that you're like getting left behind or getting forgotten about. But if you look at your girl today, she's getting left and forgotten about, and I'm pretty sure that you don't want to be watching someone on your screen that's looking haggard and old and things like that. So I'm gonna go take some time to take care of myself today, do some much needed self-care rituals and really just chill out. How about you? What are you doing for today? Leave a comment down below, and if you haven't already, like, subscribe, all of that kind of thing. Bye, see you next time.